Welcome to today's video. We're going to be watching some true crime today. And these are some suggestions from my Discord, some not. Some true crime, some maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. I pick them because I think they sound cool, and then we find out on the way. So if you're watching the video, that means you missed the live stream, but you can always watch the next one over on Twitch. I stream almost every single day, except Sundays as of late. Also, if you have any videos that you think would be good watches, make sure to go over to my Discord. I have a React Suggestions chat in my Discord where a bunch of my lovely people give me really cool things that we all watch together. And that's one of you because you're watching it on YouTube. So you could literally just like do that, but on Twitch. Yeah. Anyway. Intro time. Let's watch another video. It's by Dreading. We know Dreading. We like Dreading. It's called Woman Calls Cops on Boyfriend to Scare Him, Gets Arrested Instead. I don't know exactly what Shakira Flabbergasted 3 is supposed to mean, but I'm assuming it's something to do with either this case or this type of case. This is the third video of it, so
to another episode of Dreading, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Today we're going to be revisiting a frequent guest on our channel, Shakira Flabbergasted. You heard me. A link will be left in the description box down below to our previous coverage of Miss Flabbergasted. But for those of you who understandably do not want to rewatch past coverage,
she's got lore?
Let us surmise Shakira's time on Dreading. Shakira, of course not her real name, is a woman who has reportedly gotten into trouble with the police, completely on her own accord. She will seemingly go out of her way to cause chaos in her own life, and will respond to any slight provocation.
Can we watch the first two? Oh my gosh. We'll watch one, and then we'll see about watching the trilogy. We'll watch episode 1, okay? We'll watch this, and if it's entertaining, we will watch the other two some other day. If this is a video and you're watching the video, I finally finished my graphic you can also say something in the comments.
So I can come back to watching streams. Missed you guys and glad to be back.
If you are in the comments watching the video, let me know if you want to watch this more as well. All right. So we're going to watch a video called Woman Calls Cop on Boyfriend to Scare Him, Gets Arrested Instead by Dreading. We know Dreading. Dreading's
Since 15 seems to be the problem, I'm going to count from 15 only. 15, 16, 17. Nilides, Dadalido doubts. 20, 20, 20, 20, 29. 22, 20, 20. 22, 22. 20, right, 25, 1, 20.
Right. So we're gonna watch the video now.
I have to go to work. You guys are gonna cause me to lose my job. Please let me go to work. Please let me go home. Please, I have to go to work. What the f are you doing? Oh my God, stop!
I'm asking you what your name is.
Shakira.
Okay, is that your name?
Shakira. You can call me Shakira.
Shakira.
Shakira Flabbergasted.
There is no way she actually gave them that as her name. I thought this was like a joke that that Dreading called her. She calls herself this?
What would you do to win a fight with your partner? If you're an adult in a mature relationship, that question should throw up red flags for you. Because chances are that you shouldn't view conflict in a romantic relationship as a contest. There's no
you shouldn't be trying to win.
Because you two are on the same team, and at least you should feel that you are both working towards a common goal. But let's say an argument pops up, something small, where you both have different perspectives.
What is happening?
You both feel like you're in the right, and that the other person's ideas aren't as good as your own. As the conversation continues, the goal shifts from trying to solve the problem at hand to getting the other person to see your viewpoint and agree that your idea is better. The only issue is that they have the same perspective on the conversation and the same goal, which means you're at a stalemate.
Damn.
Both of you think you're right. Both of you want the other to agree that they are right, and neither one of you are really listening to the other's viewpoint because you're so concerned about being correct. You begin to discredit their ideas, telling them that it makes sense that you would feel that way, since they didn't finish college, and they're less educated than you are.
What the
You
hell?
make really sneaky remarks about their home life.
This
and
feels
how their
oddly
perspective is
specific.
skewed because their parents are simple people, or maybe they doted on them hand and foot. Either way, you're implying that your partner's personality is simply compromised.
This is
You
getting
start
oddly
using things that
specific.
they told you in confidence against them, and by the time the argument settles down, you realize that as you got more upset, you said things that were
banana bread.
probably out of line. Or maybe as the argument continued on, you stopped listening altogether and didn't even hear them when they eventually conceded
What are these
to your
stock
points.
videos, bro?
You were so irritated that this uneducated cad, this
Chat, post the fury, post the furry divorce emote. There it is.
unwashed commoner wasn't immediately agreeing with your points, that even when they started to agree with you, you simply ignored it and took some more shots anyways, making fun of the way they spoke or how stupid you believe their perspective to be. For most people,
is
that's probably the line. You
this
say
is
something that is
extremely
harsh in a
specific.
moment of anger, something that you likely don't mean but just threw out to hurt the other person.
Holy shit, there's a
There are
sequel.
some less rational, unintelligent people who take things a step further. Their need to control the situation and to be correct supersedes any sort of rational thought, and so they make threats. These threats are meant to force the other person back into line, to get them immediately to submit to the other person's way of thinking. And regardless of what the threats are, they are a sign of low intelligence and moral standards.
Agree.
And that is most certainly true in today's case. Welcome back to
low amount
another
of
episode of
confidence as
Dreading.
well.
Or if this is your first time here, welcome.
It is
Today
not.
we are going to be reviewing another police body cam, this time provided by the channel Lens of the Law Police Body Cam Videos. The video in question is titled Why You Shouldn't Call 911 to Scare Your Boyfriend, and the original upload sans commentary will be linked in the description box down below. This video is one of the many that was sent to us when we
in case this isn't already something you're aware of, if you call the police for no reason, that's a crime. You get arrested. You can't absolutely be arrested for wasting their time.
started to review body cam footage, and it's clear to see why. Today's subject is a person who clearly misused emergency services in order to win an argument, but more than that, seems entirely unable to grasp that what they did was wrong, which may be a sign of low intelligence and maybe a bit of narcissism. Before beginning, it's important to note that in Wisconsin, knowingly providing false information to law enforcement is considered a criminal offense under statutes relating to obstructing an officer.
Pretty much every
Specifically,
state.
Under Wisconsin statute 946.
It's crazy she did this 2 times. She's done 3 times. This is the first video of 3. Apparently she's got a trilogy. So once again, if you want me to watch the other 2, say so in the comments.
6.41, intentionally giving false information or planting false evidence to hinder an officer's duties is classified as obstructing an officer, which is typically a Class A misdemeanor. Penalties for a Class A misdemeanor can include fines of up to $10,000 and imprisonment of up to 9 months. Moreover, if false information leads to the conviction of an innocent person, the individual providing the falsehood may face more severe consequences. Under subsection 2M
Also, if it got a guilty person convicted, it would throw it out.
Of 946.41, such an act is classified as a Class H felony, punishable by imprisonment of up to 6 years and fines of up to $10,000. False reporting is deemed a crime because it undermines the integrity of the justice system, wastes valuable law enforcement resources, and can lead to wrongful accusations and convictions. And by giving police false
wasting everybody's time.
You are actively putting other people's lives in danger. So, with all of that said, let us begin.
On March 19th, 2023, in Marshfield, Wisconsin, a distressing 911 call was received from a female urgently requesting an officer's assistance, but refusing to provide further information.
That's always good.
The call was accompanied by the sounds of a male shouting in the background. In response, officers were promptly dispatched to the location traced through the ping of the female's cell phone.
So a female caller requested assistance from the police, but refused to give any further information and sounded as if she was in distress. The 911 operator also noted that there was a male present who was yelling, which indicates that the call could be a domestic violence situation. The caller not providing any further information and hanging up in a hurry also lends itself to that idea, meaning
Right.
that the police who are arriving on the scene are going into
That is
it with the
not
notion
Adam,
that there is
chap.
likely a woman who is being hurt, and the male on site is the one harming her, which means they are coming in with bias against him. Most officers are trained to come into each situation and attempt to listen to every side of the story. Listen to the victim, the aggressor, and all the witnesses, before ultimately determining what took place. However, it would be foolish
Right.
to believe that
Yeah.
each individual officer didn't come into the situation with their own biases and feelings. Say, for example, the officer grew up in an abusive home and got involved in law enforcement to protect people.
Almost like everybody has inherent biases due to their experiences of life. So to say that they come in completely unbiased and try to get everybody's perspective fairly is very... It's very ignorant to the human experience, for sure, because, like, literally everybody has bias, no matter what. Trying or not trying. Doesn't matter.
Who were going through what he did. He would likely get this call.
It's a matter
and
of
feel
how that's
bias towards
acted
the
upon.
victim. So the police are walking into the situation with a bias towards the man present. They would be more apprehensive towards him and his perspective, and that the apprehension could lead to violence. Continuing on.
Fair assumption based off of the context of the call and what they have information-wise, but I'm assuming that's going to dissipate real quick.
Police department! Police department, open the door! Police department, open the door!
Hello?
Hey, this is Officer Cloud.
Hello?
Police department calling you. What's going on? Well, we got a call from this number stating, okay, well, what apartment are you guys in? Well, we're trying to, we just want to make sure everything's okay, all right? So we just got to check on everyone. Okay. Well, how would you know we're knocking on the door?
From tone alone, it seems that the caller is irritated that the police actually responded to the call, which is what she directly wanted. One of the things we have noted in past coverage is that when someone is dealing with narcissistic personality traits, they tend to not hold themselves responsible for their own actions. In their minds, if they are getting a reaction that they don't like, it has to be because of someone or something else. Let's say the call to the police was an overreaction. She felt like it was necessary in the moment, but now that the argument has de-escalated, she no longer agrees that it was warranted. She could easily come to the door, tell the police as much, and apologize for wasting their time and resources. She could explain that she was panicked due to the argument, that she should have called them and informed them, and would be more mindful in the future. But she doesn't do that. Instead, she feels irritated that the police are actually showing up, annoyed that they are knocking at the door and calling her, and pissy because they aren't just leaving the way she wants them to. While we can look at the string of events and see that she is responsible for this outcome, she cannot. Again, the police are there to ensure her safety. They are worried that she's been battered by the male they heard in the background of the call.
We got a
They want to
genius over
verify
here.
that she isn't being held against her will. Leaving the area without seeing and talking to her one-on-one would leave the responding officers and department open to legal action if she were in danger. It seems that her plan was to not come to the door, and in essence, wait the police out. We weren't able to hear anything from inside the apartment, meaning it was likely she was purposely pretending to not be at home once she heard the police knocking at the door. However, she makes reference to that fact while on the phone with one of the officers, letting him know that she is purposely avoiding them.
We're not leaving, come to the door!
Yeah, they can't just
Open the door.
leave a... They can't just leave a thing they're supposed to... They can't just leave,
I have to
bro.
go to work. No, I have to go to work.
Okay.
I'm not willing to be late for work.
Okay, what's going on?
I have to, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing, I have to go to work. I don't even know why you guys are here. Get away from me, please.
Okay, so she's off to the worst foot imaginable. In the previous section, the responding officer called the phone in her hand and spoke with her because that was the number that had dialed 911. The phone she is holding is the one that she used to call the police. And now she is claiming that she has no idea why they are there, and acting as if she is being encroached upon. She refuses to acknowledge her part in this situation, and has immediately decided to go on the defensive, which would mean that the officers in this scenario are aggressing upon her, which is escalating the situation. This is the exact...
Which puts them in a terrible spot too, by the way. Not that this could be a realist. I mean, this could absolutely be a realistic scenario, cop or no cop. Like, there could be a guy being aggressive towards a girl who once hurt him nowhere near her, right? But like, imagine you're just trying to do anything or do your job, or imagine you're forced to be there. I mean, legally, these police have to be here and have to like glean some information. Like, they can't leave. They can't leave. They have to like figure out what's going on. They got called and asked to show up. That basically locks the cops into a legally binding thing where they have to go to the scene. Even for formality's sake, because under the idea that they don't go to something like this and it's an actual problem, the police would be accountable. Imagine it's a real scenario, a real phone call, and they don't go and she died. You know what I mean? Or she gets severely hurt. Like, they have to go. They have to go and at least be like, okay, well, that was a waste of time. And then they'll just go back and go, it was a waste of time.
Exact opposite of what you would want to do, and possibly the worst choice that she could have made here, unless she were to come out of the apartment fist swinging. To be clear, there are plenty of reasons why you, as an individual, would feel uncomfortable talking and interacting with law enforcement. But, of course,
Most
should you
people
find
would.
yourself in a situation where you feel you have to speak to them, it's in your best interest to be as calm and collected as possible.
Yes,
Try to treat
which
them
is
with
hard.
respect, if only to get out of the situation as quickly as you can.
Yes.
They're an authority figure. They can make your life a lot harder unnecessarily.
Yes.
And it's in your best interest to give them no reason to do so.
Yes.
But in this situation,
Well said. I mean, greatly put. I obviously have a lot of problems with police myself, but at the same time, you have to give them a lot of leeway just because, like, yeah, once again, there are reasons they need to be there. Like, it can't, making it harder for them just makes the situation worse. So it's in your best interest to just be cooperative enough. Not necessarily like just talking and saying everything to them, but yeah. Anyway, Sneak, do you have a gamer subs code? No, I'm partnered with Madrinas. It's a coffee company. I have 3 different codes on madrinas.com where you can get delicious natural coffee, green coffee, non whole bean, green coffee powder. Like, I think they call them oh gosh, they changed what they call them nowadays. I feel stupid for forgetting. And green or fuelers. I think they are commonly said to, they commonly call them fuelers now. I don't know why I'm tripping over my words, bro. I've been partnered with them basically since I've been streaming. They've been great. They're from St. Louis, just like I am. It's good natural coffee, man. It's great stuff. They have, they're called refreshers. Thank you. Sorry. You can get 20% off with Sneegsnag, or Fart at checkout. But if you're wanting to buy some, I would wait, because we'll have a coffee day this month on the 30th, I believe. I'll double check. Yes. On the 30th, we will be doing a coffee day with Alex, the CEO, where he comes and hangs out with us for an hour or so on stream, and the code is boosted to 40% off most of the time, or something where you will save plenty more. So yeah, if you're wanting to buy something now, I would maybe wait a little bit, and because in like 2 weeks time, you'll have a bigger discount potential. Unless you want to buy now and then as well, you could do what you want.
situation, the police are responding to her call, which she has already acknowledged by answering the officer's follow-up. Objectively, she is the one who caused the police to come to her apartment. Had she not called, they would not be there. They aren't picking on her. They didn't come to her home for no discernible reason. They are doing their jobs. Had she come out and calmly stated she was in a verbal argument with her partner, or that she overreacted and called...
I mean, you could probably ask any of the officers there, and they probably don't want to be in that scenario whatsoever. Personally, as a male, I don't want to be near like, I don't want to be the cause of distress for a woman, period. I don't want to be in the scenario. I don't want to be the cause of the scenario. I don't want to be accused of the scenario. Like, that is immediately, I am not wanting to be there. Because God knows, like, they deal with enough weird dudes as is. The last thing I want to do is appear or cause anything close to that. So I imagine most of these police officers are immediately uncomfortable and wanting this to not happen.
The cops, only to realize that their presence wasn't necessary.
No, that's not based. That's just how people should.
Most people would feel like it's
just
a
how people should
mistake
treat each other.
or a lapse in judgment,
I agree.
and not a crime.
It's not based.
If anything, she would be let off with a warning not to call emergency services
That's
unless
just being
there was an
respectful
actual
of my
emergency,
peers.
and would be free to go about her day. But because she doesn't feel like she is at fault, and instead feels like the police are in the wrong for responding to her call, she needlessly escalates the situation.
Insane.
You're making me feel, I want the chief of police here.
Okay.
Whoever the supervisor is, I want here.
Okay, he's coming.
Okay, I have to go to work. I don't have time for this, sir. I have to go to work.
So you called us.
No, I didn't. I don't know who called you.
Okay,
I did call you.
What's your phone number?
Again, she is escalating the situation unnecessarily.
Right.
She is aggressively gesticulating like a crab on cocaine, and then demanding that the chief of police or
What
a
a word,
supervisor be
gesticulating.
present because the responding officers are making her feel as if she's done something wrong. Mind you, they haven't actually been able to converse with her yet.
I was gonna say, they
The
barely
responding
said
officer
anything.
voices are all calm and measured, as if they are talking to a small child. And when she told the officer wearing the body cam that he needed to back off of her, he took a step back. She isn't being crowded, no one has laid hands on her, and these officers are being extremely professional, all things considered. At the present moment, all they have done is ask her what is going on, and given her the reason as to why they are
They
there.
could certainly have
She's
responded
behaving as
more
if
aggressively
They stopped her for walking
if
on
they
the
wanted
sidewalk.
to.
She appears frantic and paranoid, which is generally seen as a red flag for law enforcement, as most narcotics tend to leave the user in an addled state. Her actions are not unlike the stereotype that was popularized during the pandemic of a Karen, as she immediately calls for a larger authority figure to be brought in
During
at
the
a very slight
pandemic.
inconvenience. In fact, if we're able to look at the situation
During
fully,
the
her
forever.
initial call to the police could be seen as her trying to call the manager, as it were, on her partner, to get them to do what she wanted. So she
Yep.
called the police to get him to do what she wanted, and she's going to call the police on the police in order to get them to do what she wants, even though at this point, nothing has occurred to make that
Crazy.
necessary. Everything that has happened thus far has been a consequence of her own actions. However, because she doesn't like what is happening, she doesn't see it like that, likely due to her own ego, and that has led her to deny reality in a frankly nonsensical way. She is now claiming she never called the cops, despite having answered the phone for the officer mere seconds before, and acknowledging that she had while inside the apartment. This is such an easily proven lie that it's laughable.
Genius.
But again, she is trying to use the police in this instance as a weapon against her
Genius.
romantic partner. The cops could have busted down the door of the apartment, arrested him, or worse, all because she wanted to use them to win. That was a risk
got a
that
real
she was
thinker
willing
here.
to take, and it's one that could have cost him his life. But because she's being held up from leaving, and they're trying to make sure she is okay, she feels like the real victim in this instance.
Start with that.
603-85. I'm from New Hampshire. Well, I'm from Massachusetts originally.
Okay, so who's in the apartment with you?
Me?
Okay, who else?
Officer pulls out his phone to call the number that made the 911 call.
Me?
Because there's someone else.
I have to get ready, sir.
Okay.
I have to go to work. I have to go to work.
Look at him looking at the phone.
We got a call.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, so that's her.
Bro, that's some sitcom shit. That's fucking hilarious. Look at it. Look at his fucking grin. He's, he knows he cooked on that one.
Number that called 911.
I actually have two different numbers.
That's the number that.
So that was objectively hilarious. The other
Yeah,
officer didn't
fuck
have
yeah.
to call her that way to showcase that she was lying.
The
But fact
shit-eating
that he
grin
did is
on it.
amazing. But put yourself in her shoes. She knows that she's in trouble because she knows she shouldn't have called the police during the argument, and doesn't want to say that she called them because that would mean she did something wrong.
That
And
was
we can
awesome.
say as much because if she were proud of her actions, she wouldn't have to lie about them. We can probably surmise that this entire interaction since the police knocked on her door has been her panicking, and that has led to her objectively making every possible wrong move. Her mind has been racing, so she is acting on pure impulse, which is bad. The only thing that could make this situation worse would be if she tried to swing on the cops.
Physical
but there's still a
aggression.
bit more footage to review, so who knows what will happen. Maybe she thought that when she hung the phone up after requesting assistance, they would not respond to the call, or that they wouldn't be able to ascertain her
being
location.
clickbaited.
But they did. They knocked on her door, so she hid inside, not wanting to deal with the
Because they
consequences of her own
legally
actions,
have to.
and hoping that they would simply leave. When they told her they weren't leaving and called back, telling her they could hear her inside, she went out to talk to them, and is now stating that she needs to go to work, that she actually didn't call them in the first place, and doesn't have time to resolve the situation. She's being aggressive towards them because she doesn't want to deal with the situation at hand, which, again, could have been resolved in a few sentences, like, "I'm sorry I overreacted,"
Oopsie
or "I won't do
doopsie.
it again," or "Everything is fine." She went so far as to try and literally hide from the consequences of her actions, even though it would have been easier to just face it head on. In most cases like this one, the person overreacting in this manner will often state later that their behavior was so abhorrent just so that it would be easier to get the other party to do what they wanted, which is to go away, rather than to stay and deal with them. We've only been watching this footage for 2 minutes, and between her tone, gestures, and general attitude, it would objectively have been much easier for the officers to walk away from this situation. But they can't. After the
I was about
cops
to say,
call
they could have
her,
left
noting
in
that
2
it was her
minutes.
number that made the 911 call, she is now stating that she has 2 phone numbers attached to her phone, which doesn't actually change the fact that it was her number that called. But again, she's panicking. She likely cannot think clearly
2
at the moment, so
numbers.
she says the first thing that she can think of. When we
Right.
stated earlier that it's in your best interest to stay calm and collected when talking to police, that answer was multifaceted. Firstly,
Right.
you need to
2
remain
phone
calm because
numbers.
appearing paranoid, agitated, and nervous will often be seen as suspicious by police. That suspicion can lead to a longer, escalated reaction, which
Yup.
you obviously wouldn't want. Secondly, if you take some time to calm yourself down, to think before answering, and to be measured in your responses, you can actually act in your own best interest. But because she is panicking so much, she's lying to the officers in obvious ways. She is escalating the situation, making everything 10 times worse, all the while trying to do the opposite. Again, interacting with the police can be a daunting task, and most avoid it when they can. So some nervousness is to be expected.
Right.
But again, if you're trying to act in your best interest, take deep, calming breaths, speak clearly and concisely, and do your best to remain calm. But let's continue.
Call 911.
Oh, you're right, it was.
They needed some help.
Okay,
So that's why we're here.
I have to go to work, y'all. I have to go to work. I have to go to work. I have to go to work. I'm not talking to you. I'm not speaking to you. I have to go to work.
Who else is inside? Okay.
I have to go to work. You guys are gonna cause me to lose my job. Please let me go to work. There's no one inside. Please let me go home. Please, I have to go to work. I have
Nothing was even happening. She just immediately cranked it up to 11. Yeah, I mean, at least she didn't overreact. Yeah.
to go to work, sir.
So she has now adopted a new voice resembling that of Elmo on Helium, which is wonderful. I'm also very sorry to anyone wearing headphones because that was awful. But again, she has made things exponentially worse for herself at this very moment. Firstly, she admits that she was the one to have called the police, but provides no reason as to why she didn't remember that fact. She just looks over her past calls, seemingly sees that she did call 911, then moves on
Why
as
did
if it's
she
no big deal.
undulate like
The vast
that?
majority of people remember calling emergency services when it happens, because
I have
it
to go to
implies that
work.
there is an emergency happening, whether that be a physical altercation, a medical emergency, a fire, or simply witnessing one of those things. Because people don't experience those things often, when they do happen, they tend to recall them pretty clearly. Obviously, continuing to lie about the situation would not have been any better, but she moves on from that situation without explaining why or how she forgot, which just makes it seem like
She's a door dasher? You mean the people who can just like start their job whenever? The people who just open their app and go, I'm going to start now. So she could have just sat down for 10 minutes and like not do it. You cannot be serious. So she...
Hi freaks, yippee crime time. This isn't her only body cam. She
I
has
know.
at least one more.
She has 2. She has 3 more or 2 more. She's a trilogy. We opened the 3rd one to being told there was 2 more, so we're watching the first. So once again, let me know if you want to see the other two. It's fucking hot in my office and it's pissing me off because it's not hot outside and I don't know why it's hot in here. So I am going to go investigate my house and figure out why I'm being cooked in my room.
Like she lied for no reason, which is bad. It would have been much easier for her to admit that she called,
It's
or
fine.
at least that someone else called on her behalf then left, and that it was an overreaction on their part. She could have passed the blame onto an unknown fictional person, then said nothing was wrong, and apologized for wasting their time. A simple, brief apology and explanation would have led to this interaction ending quickly. She then takes on the appearance and behavior of a petulant child when she sits on the stairs, shaking and screaming that she needs to go to work and that she can't talk to them anymore. The behavior is extremely strange and indicative of someone with an unfortunate amount of intelligence. In situations like this one, where a person is stressed and has to deal with
Unfortunate
conflict,
amount of
that shows their
intelligence
ability
is
to
such a
think
great
clearly in
diss.
high-stress situations. And as we have seen, she is unable to do that. There's
It
never a
sounds like it
reason
should be
you, as an adult,
complimentary.
should be physically shaking during a verbal disagreement. At this point, the police have not detained her. They have asked her in total maybe 5 questions, but have been completely kind and courteous towards her. No one has touched her, their voices have all been completely measured, and the
I don't even think
only
I've
reason
heard
they are
them.
there
It's hard
is
to hear
verify
them.
that she was not in danger. The only party forcing this interaction to go on is her, but she's unable to see things that way.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god, stop!
Get the fuck away from her!
Get
over here. Get the fuck away from her! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get down!
My baby's in there! My baby!
So, the scrawniest man I have ever seen just busted through the door like the Kool-Aid Man to defend her honor.
Why did he have
which,
fists
I'll be
up?
honest, made me almost fall out of my chair laughing the first time I saw it.
Leave her
It seems
alone,
that this
Dad.
complete unit of a man heard the interaction from the other side of the door and determined that she would only scream like that if the police were aggressing upon her, and decided he needed to come to her aid and rescue her, which
Right.
resulted
Foxy
in him
jumped
being
the
tased by the
cops.
police and collapsing to the floor like Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddy. Every part of this clip, unfortunately, is pretty funny, but it also makes her case worse.
Yep.
So let's go over that. Only one of the questions that the police asked has been, who else is in the apartment? To which
She said herself, and now all of a sudden there's a dude and her
she has
child.
consistently said no one. She is alone in the apartment. No one is there. No one was there. And no one called the cops about a domestic violence disturbance because she is completely alone. However, as made obvious by the scarecrow in shining armor jumping out of the door to try and protect her, that is obviously not true. So someone else was inside the apartment. Someone who could have hurt her leading up
I
to the
love
phone
this
call
guy's
being made,
alliterations,
and
bro.
someone who obviously lacks the intelligence to know not to try to fistfight the police. Now, the situation has escalated to the point
Multiple
where tasers
police.
are being used to subdue a suspect, meaning that her hopes of going to work now are effectively destroyed.
Yep.
And it's entirely her doing. Each and every officer on
Yep.
this scene has done their job to the best of their ability so far. No one was rough with her. No one was aggressive with her. And they were simply trying to assess the situation.
Yeah, I
as
got no
best
clue
they
how
could.
I'd
Her
respond to
antics
this
led
either.
to her boyfriend believing that she was being hurt or otherwise disrespected and trying to fight the police.
Leave
And
her
this all could have been
alone.
resolved with a quick 15-second statement. I shouldn't have
Oopsie.
called the police. I overreacted. I'm sorry.
He's in there! No, I'm sorry, My baby! Guys, please! Stop! I'm not doing anything! Guys, baby, please!
Is that him crying?
He's in the bathroom, guys, in the bathroom! Please go get him! No one did
I didn't do anything. I thought you guys were hurting my wife. I didn't do anything.
Officer! I can't breathe! He just tased my boyfriend for no reason!
There is a lot happening. A lot of people are crying and they sound similar. But let us break down what was just said. She is now claiming that she can't breathe because she's being handcuffed, which makes no sense, as the arms have nothing to do with the lungs. Then goes further to tell the other responding officer that her boyfriend was tased for no reason, which we know was a lie because we witnessed what happened. At the
Literally had
same
his
time,
hands up.
inside the apartment, the boyfriend is crying, saying he did nothing wrong and he only came out because, quote, he thought they were hurting her, unquote.
Bro.
So these two people are both remarkably unintelligent and have absolutely no ability to think rationally in high-stress situations. But you know what? I think they did nothing
Wait, peep the ink.
wrong. Despite the fact that he came outside with the direct intention to physically fight the police with his hands, he thought it was
Yes.
his right to engage in fisticuffs with the
Another white boy
police when they were trying-
victimized. What is this tattoo? What is this tattoo? Why does this look like the scarecrow from That's supposed, oh, that's supposed to be hands. Oh, this is supposed to be hands over a face. I thought it was like scarecrow lines. Wow. Why can't I fucking remember the name of that movie? Holy shit, bro. Not Wicked, the actual, the first, like the original. What the fuck? What is wrong with me? Wizard of Oz. Yeah, what the fuck? How did I not? Damn. Damn. Yeah, I guess the pinky, ring, middle, index. Wait, what? Wait. Where'd the thumb go? Why does it look like there's two fingers here? Whatever. W Inc.
Trying to ascertain why she even called 911 in the first place, and he only really thought that because she was behaving like a toddler. This entire interaction escalated because of them and their inability to think through very basic actions.
Yep.
To them, everything that has happened thus far has been the fault of someone else.
Match made in heaven,
she
it
likely
seems.
blames him for having to call the cops in the first place, because if he had just listened to her from the beginning of their dispute, she wouldn't have called the police. She then blames the cops for following up on her call, because how dare they want to make sure she wasn't
Right.
a woman who's being abused when she tells them as much. Whereas he probably blames her for calling the police in the first place, but also blames the police for agitating her further, causing him to believe he needed to come out of the apartment to
Right.
defend her. It should also be noted that if he was under the belief that she was being hurt, he could have verified that by looking through the peephole of the front door.
Also
Though
true.
it wouldn't have given him a full picture, he would have easily seen that she wasn't coming to any harm. Shouldn't
True.
really have to say to not leap at the police with your fists held high like Robin Hood. You know, that scene in Shrek where he sings that little song and dances around the trees with his merry men. But apparently this guy thinks that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
He just no, I can't freeze it. No. You're gonna go up? I can't. I
Let's go
I
outside.
Oh, where are we going?
Oh my god.
Whee!
I can't believe this.
I gotta adjust this cuff too. Before
Adventure!
I just it tightened down when she was pulling.
I want to lose my apartment.
No, you are yelling.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
In case you weren't able to hear
That's
what
always
she
good.
just screamed, it was that she doesn't want to lose her apartment, which this event could certainly do. But the fact that this thought is so present in her mind, it leads me to believe that this is not her first interaction of this kind.
Almost
on
like
this
she
property, and
knows
she's probably been
why
given
she
a warning
shouldn't be
by
doing
property
this.
management. If she's quick to act like this with police officers, she likely behaves worse with lesser authority
I was about
figures,
to say, she was
like
probably
landlords
call
or
their
apartment
landlord.
security or other residents. And she is still under the delusion that her actions are not
She sounds like the small robot from Star Wars. R2D2?
responsible for the situation that she's found herself in.
The police car is full.
Brandon's your first name, right?
Yes,
Brandon,
sir.
all we had to
No, dude. Why does his name have to be so close to mine? Come on, bruh.
do was talk about that, right?
Okay.
That's all we wanted to
Come
do.
on,
Can we
bruh.
sit- Can we sit you up?
Can you take the taser out of my leg,
Yeah,
please?
we want to sit you up though so you're not laying on it, okay?
Guys, I didn't do anything wrong.
But
You came
Brother.
out and up at us, man. You can't be doing
come
that.
out with your fists.
I
ready
didn't
to
leave
go.
my apartment. I did not leave my apartment.
You did, but
Bro, you walked out the door.
Brandon seems amenable to the police, at the
Dork.
very least. It's a small victory, but after less than 5 minutes of her screaming, we will take them where we come. I think even that is notable, as her behavior is so atrocious that his reaction seems so much better in comparison. This is the man who mere moments before was screaming at the police trying to fight them. That alone lends credibility to what we said earlier about being so disruptive that it's just easier to give the person what they want. Continuing on.
He just lost his job.
All right.
He just lost his job. I can't afford to lose my job. Please help me. Please. Please. Guys.
you just say God?
I'm gonna lose my job.
But it's not
Girl,
the
I don't think
officer's fault
DoorDash
or
is paying
responsibility.
attention.
It's her own, and something she should have considered when she began engaging with the police.
Have a seat in here.
I'm gonna lose my job. Please don't.
Something tells me DoorDash isn't keeping tabs on Shakira flabbergasted.
I wasn't running.
Okay, listen. You called 911. Just listen, all right? All right?
I called 911 because he was being a douchebag. I was just trying to threaten him with the fucking cops.
That tattoo is extremely well known in the tattoo community. It's known for being shitty and done by bad artists. It went viral on Pinterest
What?
and people wanted it tattooed too. So thousands of
Oh
shitty
my
tattoo artists
God.
just straight up stole the design with no credit or money to
No
the original artist.
way. That's crazy. Lore drop on the tattoo.
And that is a crime. Also something she could have easily said 5 minutes ago when they came to the apartment. Her continuous denial and refusal
Yeah,
to
she could have
acknowledge
just
the
said
facts
that
of the
immediately and it would have been
situation
done.
have led to her conclusion. One where it's only after being handcuffed and watching her boyfriend be tased that she is admitting to any wrongdoing. It should also be obvious that she's only admitting this because she thinks it's a bargaining chip of sorts, that they'll let her go now that she's admitted fault, which
Too
is
late,
far,
girl.
far from the case.
Too late.
Had that happened initially, had she told them the truth right when they came to the door and said she overreacted
Too
or
late.
only called to teach him a lesson, she might have been left with a warning. But now someone's been tased and she's being arrested.
That's
That was
inappropriate,
it.
first of all, right?
I understand that, but
Okay.
he wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything.
Okay,
Bruh.
you got every police officer over here because we thought someone was being murdered, beat up, and
No, I'm fine. You guys did all of
And when
this.
we
He
show up-
thought that you were hurting me. Of course he came out here to help me. He thought you guys were hurting me.
Okay, you
Quote, he thought you guys were hurting me. But why did he think that? Because he didn't think that because it was happening, or because they were even being slightly unreasonable. He thought that because
Because
you
you
were
were
reacting as
shrieking.
if grievous bodily harm was being done to you, even though they were just asking you yes or no questions. His actions, though stupid and funny to watch, are understandable to a point. He thought his girlfriend was being hurt, and he wanted to help her. However, hers are not. She was being talked to extremely kindly. No officer was using any force, and her questions were being answered efficiently. She reacted so strongly that it left someone believing earnestly that she was being hurt, which led to them being harmed. That is her own fault, and therefore it's her own responsibility to change that behavior. But based solely on how she relays back what happened to the police, it's clear that she doesn't see it that way, which means that this sort
Worst
of
time of
interaction
his
will
life back
likely
there.
be a repeating event in her life.
called
You
911.
just tased him.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing anything.
Okay, she can go in the car.
No.
My
please.
God,
I have
bro.
to-
Put
your legs inside.
Sir, I have
Put
to.
your legs inside
I'm
the vehicle.
trying to talk to you like a normal
Put
person.
your legs inside the vehicle.
Please talk to me.
No, put your legs inside the vehicle right now.
Can you please talk to me?
No, put your legs
Can you
inside.
put the window down?
Roll the window
No.
down.
Can I please be in the know? I want to know what's happening. Guys, please. I have to work. I'm under arrest.
Yep.
You're
Why?
under arrest for obstructing an officer.
Girl.
I'm going to jail.
No, you're not going to jail. You're under arrest right now.
I have to work at noon, guys. I can't afford to lose my job.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have called 911.
That's an hour from then. What do you mean I have to go to work? That's in an hour.
I didn't do anything, sir.
Yes, you did.
Bruh.
So I'm gonna lose the work at noon. Please.
Put your leg in. Put your leg.
Put your leg in, or you will go to jail. Put your leg in the car.
If you've ever spent time around toddlers, this kind of behavior is probably something you've witnessed before. My parents would call it emotional terrorism, and it's
Yes.
more often referred to as a tantrum.
Yes.
Basically, because she doesn't like what's being said or done, she's trying her best to inconvenience her way out of it.
Yes.
For example, let's say a woman and her child go to the
She's
grocery
trying
store.
to emotionally exhaust the situation so the person she's against gives up.
Child asks for a candy bar.
Yeah, this is stressing
Mom
me
says
out,
no,
bro. I feel
but
like I
the
need to
child
like pick
really
up my
wants it,
daughter and
so
tell her
they
to
start
calm
pouting,
down.
repeatedly asking if they
Except
can have
it's
candy
not my
bar.
2-year-old,
But
it's
the mom
this
stands
grown-ass
firm. Then the
woman
kid
being an
throws
idiot.
themselves on the ground, kicking and screaming that they really want the candy. Because the parent will likely be embarrassed by the child's behavior, and they feel like everyone else is judging them in the store, they are more likely to submit to the child's wants, even though it would be rewarding said bad behavior. Tantrums like this tend to decrease with age, often when the child begins to understand shame and embarrassment. But here, that doesn't seem to have happened. Again, her response when hearing information that she doesn't like is to just scream. She's screaming bloody murder in the officer's face, even though the situation doesn't call for that.
All right, no,
No,
I'm sorry.
no, I'm sorry.
Put your,
Please,
can you
put
put
your
the
leg
window
in-
down, please?
Put your leg in the car.
Please put the window down a little
Put
bit.
your leg in the car.
It's just a little bit.
My God.
Well, that was weird.
Bro, these guys talk like they're in a fucking sitcom. Well, that was weird. That happened. Like, what? What the fuck? What a response. What a response to have like a 20-year-old ass woman yelling at you. Well, that happened.
I'm okay. I'm gonna take care of you here, buddy. I hope there's not gonna be anything stupid from this. Nobody's hurt. I don't feel like.
Well,
I'm not gonna make paperwork out of it. So, if you need needle nose, I have needle nose in the cabinet.
I don't know.
I'll put the window down a little bit. Stop yelling.
Talk to me. I need to know what's going on, please, sir.
You're being arrested for 1, disorderly conduct. 2, resisting an officer.
I wasn't resisting, sir. I have to go to work at noon, please.
That is resisting an officer.
Sir, I have to go to work at noon.
It's not happening.
For obstructing an officer by filing a false police report, which caused us.
He wasn't. I called the police because he was yelling.
Okay.
So now she has changed the story again, which is just,
Genius.
not great for her defense.
Genius.
Originally, she never called the police. Then she did call the police, but they shouldn't have to come.
It was
They
a
should have magically
prank. It was a
inferred that She
prank,
had to go to
dude.
work in an hour and just left her
Yes.
to be abused or otherwise assaulted, per her 911
It's not necessary, guys. She's got work in an hour. We don't have to go down.
call. Then she did call them.
Actually,
but only because she wanted to scare her
I
boyfriend.
just read her
Now it's
mind.
that
We
she
don't have
called
to go
them
anywhere.
because he was yelling, which is not a crime.
You told me that you just made that up.
No, I told you he was yelling.
That he was being a
so I called the
douchebag.
cops.
Yeah.
Sir, I can't afford to lose my job.
I'm sorry about that.
So do I have to go down to the station?
You're gonna come down to the station right now, yeah.
Please, can you bring me back now? I'm trying to be back before work, please.
No.
Can you bring me back now?
held? We don't know yet.
You just screamed in my face.
I'm sorry. I have a baby I have to take care of.
Where's your baby right now?
In there.
In there?
Yes, sir. I have to go to work.
Okay.
Please, I have to go to work, please.
So who's gonna watch the
Odds
baby?
she actually has a child.
I'll call out. I just have to be there for my baby. Please don't take him away from me.
All right, we're not gonna take your baby, but we gotta find somebody for him right now. We have to go through what just happened right here, and
Sir.
we're gonna go do that at the police department.
Okay, well, can we go now? I have to work.
You want to call them and just let them know you're gonna be late?
I can't. I'm the one that opens.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's
I'm
not
the one that opens.
gonna happen right at this exact moment. So.
Okay, well, yeah, can I please call them? I have everything's in my phone.
Okay. Well, we'll have to go get that in a second here.
Sir, what's going on with my boyfriend?
I don't know. I'm out here talking.
What's
to you.
going
You
on
think
with
I
my
know?
boyfriend?
Your decisions got you here. My decisions? I didn't do anything besides try getting her to calm down and cook her breakfast this morning. I didn't do anything besides cook bacon and sausages for us.
What part of cooking has you stepping through a doorway with your fists raised at police?
After nearly 10 minutes of interacting with these two knuckleheads,
Classic
cops are finally
breakfast.
relaxed enough to be more casual about what just
Classic
happened and laugh at the
breakfast.
absurdity of the situation. Likely because
That's a
the two
typical
people
Monday right
involved are now
there.
in handcuffs and are
Make-
no longer a threat
make
to
some
the
bacon and
officers.
sausage
But
and
it's clear that these two people's understanding of the world around them is severely limited. Neither party seems to be able to grasp the fact that they directly caused the situation they're in. She continues to scream about needing to go to work and demanding to be brought back before her shift starts, as if the police have any control over that. Meanwhile, he claims that he
So is
did
she a
absolutely
DoorDasher or
nothing
not?
wrong
'Cause
and
she's
didn't
sitting here
deserve
saying she has to
be tased,
open.
despite leaping out of the doorway, ready to sock an officer like he's a boxer in the 50s.
We have to
So-
work through what happened to make sure that nothing else happens.
So she's
all right?
either
And
just talking out of her
you're not
ass or I got
because
one
you're on
guide.
time schedule.
Sir, please. Nothing happened. He was yelling and I called the cops and that is it.
Okay? You were screaming that
You guys just look
That
for
we need to get there.
reason to arrest me. I don't get it.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't know what I'm telling you.
Pausing once again, but it's now clear that this is not her first time being arrested, and that she truly feels like she is not responsible for literally anything that has occurred to her. It should also be stated that if you have a long, contentious relationship with the police, and feel like they are, quote, just looking for any reason to arrest you, unquote, that you would likely not be so quick to call them. If she truly believes that the police in her area are just out to get her, and are looking just to make her life harder at every turn, the very fact that she called them in the first place is curious.
Okay, well then that's another reason we're not gonna let you go then. She said that her boyfriend was being a douchebag and that she wanted him to get scared.
Yep.
That's basically what he said.
Obstructing, disorderly conduct, and resisting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So when she started screaming like she's being right now,
Oh my
he came
God,
through
they
the
can
door
hear
like
her through
we
the
were hurting.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were hurting her.
Fist up, ready to go.
Does he need to go to jail over this? There's a baby in the room in there?
Yep.
There is a baby?
So if he's rational and capable, let's leave him there based on the circumstances.
None of these officers are being unreasonable, in our opinion.
Wow.
They aren't trying to separate a family. They aren't trying to make anyone's life harder than it needs to be.
Holy.
And their behavior throughout the footage has
Wow.
been fantastic, to say the very least. It's genuinely very funny to watch them try and not crack up as she continues to wail in the background, though.
This poor baby.
Okay. Are you gonna stay calm?
Yes, I promise.
Okay.
She
I
feels like
need
going to
you.
work.
I need you to stay calm and cooperative at this point. All right. I'm gonna have Officer Fox unhandcuff you so you can tend to your baby.
Okay. What is your name?
Sir, I'm not yet. Please, I have to go to work.
Okay, what is your name?
I have to go to work.
I'm asking you what your name is.
My God.
Why?
So I can address you.
What do you mean?
Shakira.
Why?
Is that your name?
Shakira. You can call me Shakira.
Shakira.
Shakira Flabbergasted.
Shakira Flabbergasted.
So that's obviously a fake name. And she
Crazy.
already stated earlier that she doesn't want to give the police her information. because they're
Crazy
out to get
stage
her,
name.
Which doesn't make sense, given the fact that you would assume they already knew her if they were purposely trying to arrest her for no
Crazy
reason.
stage
But
name.
moving on. One of the main issues with Miss Shakira Flabbergasted is that her actions don't align with what she is claiming her desired outcome is. She keeps saying that she needs to go. She doesn't want to be withheld from going to work. She doesn't want to be arrested, but she refuses to do simple things that would end the situation without issue. This issue should have warranted a quick response from the police, but instead, a man was tased. She is facing 3 separate charges, and they're being forced to engage with her a lot longer than they want.
Okay. Do you have any mental illnesses that I need to be concerned about?
No, just bring me to the fucking police station. Or can someone let me call my work, please?
Not at this time.
I cannot afford to lose my job, please. Please.
I need the police to let me go, but I'm gonna continue to be
Because you're under arrest.
I'm just gonna continue to be an asshole.
Call them for me? All you have to do is go in my phone.
I don't have your phone with you.
And I wasn't lying earlier. I have 2 different numbers on one phone. I have an eSIM card and a regular SIM card. I was not lying to you guys.
But she was. She obviously was. No one cared that her
Right.
phone had 2 numbers. That wasn't the lie. The lie was that she hadn't called the cops, which she did, and later admitted to. This entire ordeal feels so immensely childish that it doesn't seem
Because
real.
it is.
I'm gonna lose my job.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sir, please just leave.
No, your actions are way inappropriate, and
Yep.
your neighbors don't have to put up with this.
Yup.
Sir, I just want to make sure I don't lose my job.
I don't know what to tell you. I will call them.
Why would you tase him? He wasn't doing anything wrong. You guys are so fucking trigger happy. It's ridiculous.
Bruh.
All cops deserve to get shot.
Okay.
Pausing once more to say
Okay.
that if someone has something you want, if you are actively trying to bargain with them, it's in your best interest not to tell them that you hope they get shot and
girl.
are mentally disabled. She has
Yeah,
spent this
what are you
entire
doing?
interaction claiming that she wants to end it amicably. She wants to be let go, to go to work, and forget this ever happened, and yet she has done everything in her power to keep that from happening. That's not how you get someone to give you a favor.
You tased my fucking husband? What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Why is it her
There's
husband
fucking
now?
6 of you. You guys could have bum rushed him, you fucking loser. Bring me to the hospital.
For what?
Bring me to the hospital.
For what?
Bring me to the hospital. I want to kill myself, and I feel like I want to kill myself. Bring me to the hospital.
Okay. Duly noted.
Bring me to the hospital. I want to kill myself. I'm having thoughts of suicide. Bring me to the hospital. Bring me to the hospital. I'm having thoughts of suicide. I want to kill myself. I'd like to talk to an officer.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
I would like to go to the hospital. I'm feeling suicidal.
We're not going to take you to the hospital because you're going to go to jail. So
Really?
Yep.
Wait, what is he doing then?
we're still working through that. But
This is
Why am I
insane.
going to jail?
I told you that already.
Can I just get bailed out?
No.
Wait, I'm going to jail? For
Yeah.
real? Wait, why?
This-
I'm
this
going
is
to sleep in a
insane.
prison? Sir, why am I getting arrested?
For disorderly conduct, obstructing an officer.
He's not getting arrested?
We may arrest him too. Yeah, but
So what about my baby?
we'll take care of the baby.
Oh my God, you're gonna take my baby?
I'm not going to take your baby.
Is CPS coming to get my baby?
Did I say that? No, I did not say that at
This
all.
is absurd, bro.
because in
Oh my God, please.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
1095 to the PD, beginning of 74990. 74990. I don't have a name for you right now.
What's going on with my baby? Is he getting arrested? Sir, why am I...
Dude, come on. Yep. Yeah, we have the baby. Yeah, he's in cuffs. Yeah. Yep, suspect is in. We apprehended the suspect. 2 counts of Goo, 1 count of Gaga.
getting arrested?
Because you created a giant disturbance here.
I didn't do anything. I didn't know that I was resisting. I was just trying to see if he was okay. Sir, please don't do this. I will swear to God, I will stop from here on out, guys, please.
Smart, yep.
Please.
No part of your actions have
Sir,
caused me to believe you.
I'm trying to talk to you like a normal person right now, sir, please.
Okay. You have not identified yourself yet either.
My birthday is 10. My social security number is... Please, sir, don't arrest me, please. I guess I'm already arrested.
You are arrested, yes.
Yep.
I only called because I was trying to scare him into not yelling at me anymore.
And she has reverted to admitting that
Maybe
she
we
called the
don't do
number
that,
under false
though.
pretenses.
Maybe we
which
don't.
She seemingly doesn't remember is a crime. I don't think she actually knows what she did wrong in the situation, and is so adverse to taking on negative information about herself or her actions.
Maybe we just
she
don't
didn't
do that.
retain it.
That would be good.
I was wrong. That was wrong. I was wrong. That was illegal. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So she knows it was wrong and illegal.
Getting arrested.
Because of your behaviors after it. No.
Sir, please don't arrest me.
You are
Earlier
already
in the video.
too
She was
late.
upset because she was being arrested because she wasn't going to be taken away from her child. But now that she was arrested and her boyfriend, husband, or whatever wasn't, she's upset that only she's being arrested, which is pretty gross.
Right.
Police didn't arrest him so that he could
Admitting
stay at
you
home
were
with
wrong
their child.
doesn't
They
absolve
didn't
you
want
of
to
the
have to upset the
consequences.
kid's home life more than it already
You
had.
don't gotta tell me that,
And
bro.
they made the choice to arrest the person who's causing the disturbance, rather than the person who made a stupid-ass error. But instead of thinking that her child is being saved the trauma of watching both parents be arrested, she is selfishly annoyed that only she is getting the worst punishment.
You are arrested right
Okay,
now.
well, please don't let me stay over the night. I promise my actions will change.
Right. I'm not seeing a significant change in your behavior, but
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
just take a couple breaths. We'll talk.
Yeah, it sucks how unintentionally hilarious this woman actually is. It's kind of ridiculous and an unfortunate circumstance because damn, does she have some crazy lines in here? But also like, damn, are you stupid?
Hey, just take it. You're not listening. Take a couple breaths, and we'll
These cops
talk
are
when we're at
funny,
the
too.
PD. Just breathe for a couple minutes. That's all I'm asking you to do. Okay,
My
we're gonna step out of the
God,
car.
bro.
We're gonna go in my booking area.
I'm
You
sure
have a
this will
seat,
go well.
all right?
Officer, I really don't want... Please, I know I don't have a choice, but guys, I didn't know that I was resisting arrest.
Okay.
So that is where the footage ends. Unfortunately for us all, there is a part 2 where Shakira Flabbergasted gets into a small car accident, which we could cover if you'd like. Until then, we'll leave part 2 in the description box down below, alongside this video sans commentary. And
Okay. Now I gotta decide whether to watch these now. Because I have stuff I was gonna watch. But now I'm sitting here like... I kinda need to see this.